would say tasted death. Can I say tasted death? Can we say that? I think I would say I tasted death. Hi and welcome to the Tinder Couple. My name is Maggie and I'm representing the whole family, the Tinder Couple. So yes, today we're going to speak about surviving death part 2. I have a lot to tell during my pregnancy. As you all know, I had a baby for 3 months ago almost, and yeah, I'm a living testimony. So my name is Maggie. As I said, if you find this video helpful or educative, please share it with someone, especially the ladies and their husbands, so that you know how to deal with life when things go sour. I'll have to say that this video is going to be a little bit mixed, both Swedish and English, but please, it's because some words I cannot find them in English and they are better said in Swedish, so but I'll make sure that they translate them to the English language. So you will see the caption, it will be the English language you understand. Let's talk about the day I went into labor. Mine was planned, and I had birth. My son was a planned C-section or cesarean section. Going there, everything was well, and they had to give me the antibiotics, they had to give me the paracetamol just a few minutes before they had to start the operation. So I'm going to be very short. If you want the whole detail and everything what happened, please leave a comment and say you want the whole birth story, so that I can give you the whole birth story, so that it can save other women. So you know, just to be short, like when I went into labor or when I went to have my child, here was the thing that I have a GS something, I'll put it down, that enzyme that I don't have in my body, or a defect as they say. So it was really hard to have the antibiotics. They had to talk doctor to doctor to another doctor. And when I had my son, after the operation, I did not have the painkillers as any other woman. Like, I had only 2 types that was supposed to be given to me because of the defect, the enzyme defect. Anyway, that's not why I'm here. If you want to know about the defect of the enzyme, how you find out that you have that enzyme defect and how to go about it, please comment down below so that I give you the whole information. I don't want to give you information that you don't really need, because you want different information. So if you know you are from Africa, it's mostly we black people. 25% of the whole befolkning in Africa have the enzyme defect. So I was among the 25%. So if you want to know more about that defect, it's enzyme defect. It makes your white blood cells to go somewhere as a small bit there tip, like you can get anemic or something like that. Anyway, let's go back to the video. That asked why I came here. So I came here to tell you a story about how I survived death. Now, I had my baby on the 8th of August also, and after my baby I lost a lot of blood. It was like 750 milligrams. It's almost 1 liter when I had my baby. That's how much I lost. So they put me to recovery room, and after recovering, they changed because when you do a C-section, your blood does not come normally, so they have to put a pressure on your stomach and change everything until everything placenta comes to place and everything, and you start bleeding. That's how it was. So they took me down when I started. They checked me, I started bleeding, I started to recover. They find me, oh hey, I can understand and everything. So when I recovered, I asked for something to drink, and they gave me some juice, I think. Yeah, I think it was juice. So I was really thirsty. It could be because I had eaten the 14 hours ago, because I stopped eating at 10 and the operation was at 1. So all those hours I wasn't eating, and I recovered at around 5, 4, 3. So it was a long process without having had something in the stomach. So they gave me something to drink, that was juice. I sipped it on. I was like, this is like. The moment I sipped on my juice, I started vomiting. Remember, right now I don't feel anything. Like, my cesarean was still, I wasn't feeling any pain under the operation. So I vomited and vomited and vomited. Every time I tried, I vomited. So I vomited from that moment until I think 12, when I had something before I slept. So I had to have the drops on, and everything was well. Drops on. After I recovered well, they changed my diaper. We call it a diaper when a woman gives birth, and a pad. I think it's a pad. They changed my pad, and they took me to BB. BB is like where women after birth they go. So we call it BB. So ward after Firstning, that's how it's called. So we went there, and when I reached there, everything was okay. I continued to vomit. Everything I had to eat, I continued to vomit. Then I started to feel like alltså, clears. Det klirrade väldigt mycket under tiden jag var där efter operationen. So I got to know that den kliande, alltså the inching, it came because of the anesthesia that I got before childbirth. But I did not tell my mom because I thought maybe this is normal. It started having the kliande when I was still, it started to have the inching when we were still down there. When I started eating, when I started to recover, that's when I started to feel the itching. So I didn't take it as serious, so I thought it would go. And later on in the evening, I told my mom that I think I'm having some itching stuff and everything. So we told the people, we wrote on the board that we wanted to meet a doctor because it was itching and everything. So we didn't tell the midwife who was taking care of us. It's called a barmoshka. So I did not tell them because I didn't even expect anything. Like, I thought, I myself am a nurse, and let me tell you, if you work within the ward or healthcare, you don't mind about things that happen to you. You think, oh, maybe that is normal, maybe that should be like that. So I'm going to the story where I lost consciousness. So in the night, we had all the drops, and before we slept at 12, they gave us something to drink. Remember, I was vomiting the whole day after operation. After I recovered, I was vomiting until midnight, and then I had something like tea before we slept, and that I kept in. I did not vomit. So then they decided to remove the drops. Like when you give birth, they keep on giving you some kind of, we call it vätska, so that your body does not dry up. You know, at any operation they give you that kind of water or vätska to vätska upp din kropp så att du blir inte uttorkad. You don't be dehydrated or hydrated. I think when you lose water is hydrated. Alltså bara uttorkad. I'm saying these words in Swedish so that you can understand them in English when they come, right? So you know what I meant. So they stopped. They did not give me the drop through the night. So in the morning, I wake up in the morning. I was very okay, but I had a lot of pain. So I woke up in the morning. They did not change my diaper in the BBA. They did not change anything because we all know that when you've just given birth, you cannot do anything, you cannot change your body, you cannot do that. So they changed my diaper when I was down after pre-operation. Then when I come in, they did not change anything. So as being as clean as I am, I had to call the undersköterska, which is undernouns in I would say, oh, I don't know how it's called, but we call it undersköterska in Swedish. So I called on the bell. I wanted someone to come and help me to go to the toilet. I told my mom, I was like, you know, I want to go to the toilet, and he was like, absolutely. He called in, someone came in, and I told them I want to go to the toilet because I was starting to smell like it was ew. It was really ugly smell. I would say it was an ugly smell because when you're used to being clean, you shower 2 times a day or more, and then here you are, you just like disabled, you can't do anything on yourself, you still have the same part bleeding and the blood has passed through your clothes. You cannot just sit there and be like, oh, I be here, I'm used to. Some people are used to that kind of a life, but that's not me. I'm used to this kind of life, being clean. I'm very clean. When it comes to my body, I'm clean. Anyhow, this room is for my daughter. It's not mine. Be like, you're talking about cleanness, and the room is, this is her room, and this is how it looks like. So I'm borrowing this, and if she sees this video, she's going to kill me. She doesn't want me to be here, but anyway, she's not home, so I'm free. Anyway, so we called on the undernurse. When we called her, she was like, oh, you know what, she did some blood. I don't think she did anything actually with me. She said, oh, I'll come back, and I have some, in Swedish we have priority. You prioritize patient depending on what they want, but we are on BB where there is no someone like you are a priority, you are not a priority. You know, most of women that are there actually know for time, like when you give birth, they send you back home. The very day you give birth, they send you back home. Why I stayed at the BB longer? Because I had depression, I had anxiety. I will say it in Swedish. Jag hade ångest. Jag var väldigt orolig. Och jag var deprimerad under graviditet. So they could not just let me go, and plus I was I was having a C-section. So most people after C-section, they are kept until 2 days, and then they are sent back home. For me, I was kept for 4 days just to see that I could have enough sleep and everything. If you want to learn more about my, please tell me what you want to learn, because I have learned a lot during my childbirth that every woman needs to know before you go into labor or into going to the surgery room. Anyway, so she tells us that I was not a priority and she was going to come back in 20 minutes. So it was about 8. We waited at 9. She did not come. 9:30. Then I told my man, I was like, we have to do something. So I wanted to go myself, but I could not. So we had body colors guaboden, diamond stua, osemboria trainer. So when you have a child on the same day, the day after, you have to train how to go so they can abort your catheter. I think it's catheter. In Swedish, it's called card or catheter. So they have to train you so that your urinblåsa kan börja fortsätta och hårta grejer själv. So what I did was I asked her to come and help me, and once she said that, oh, you're not a prior, so we called her after 1.5 hours. She came with the go burden and she was, oh, now it's time to train. Remember, I did not eat in the night. I had just a small tea. I was vomiting. I didn't have enough water in my body. So yeah, here I am. I'm going to train. Yeah, I'm a strong African black girl. I can fix everything. We have that saying, right? Everyone has said that before, because we are black, we are strong, we are this. Yeah, we are that. But sometimes our bodies just give up. So as I stand up, I try my best, because the nurse had come in and gave me some morphine, and yeah, it was morphine, 1 tablet, 10 milligram, yeah, after operation. That's the only thing. And there is one, and I think it was Taganic, morphine, Taganic, those two, I think one of them. But I'm sure morphine was given to me. But Taganic was, they could not add morphine and Taganic, so they would give me this one, and after a few hours they would, so it wasn't making any sense. At the end of the day, I only got paracetamol and morphine. So she comes in with the go border, so it was time for rehabilitation. Yes, Maggie just had a baby boy, very healthy, and here we go. We're going to up. You go to the toilet, clean your body, and you're ready to go. Girls, guess what happened? I get up with my pain. I stand up with my head up high. I'm like, yeah, I fixed this. Then I hear blood. Like, Then I saw the under nurse. I looked down, I told her, our blood is coming out. She was like, yeah, that is okay, we're gonna clean. That's where I stopped understanding. And then I disappeared to heaven. You guys, I disappeared. As jag försvann helt. I disappeared completely. I disappeared. So here's the thing that I think man svimmer på svenska. In English, in Swedish, we say hon har svimmat. And in Swedish, it'll be like, I think it's fainting, something like that. So I stopped there and then. So I don't know if I fell on the bed and what. Thank God that I'm in a relationship with a man who is a nurse as well. So anything that happens, he was just like this. Do this. Like he was the nurse instead of being the partner or the dad. And the nurse says, we are being the partner, I think I would say, because it's really hard to have my experience in the hospital was not the best, being that I work in the hospital myself, and everything looked to be weird. I'm like, this is how patients look at it. I'm like, oh damn, I don't want to be sick. So you're being mother, and then I think what I relate, I think it took like 5 to 6 minutes. They kept on calling me. They raised my legs up, and they kept on calling me. Yes, it's called blodtrycksfall. So my blood pressure was low. That's what they think, because I've had the low blood pressure during my pregnancy, because it was 105, 110, 106, 100. Like, actually, I'm lying. It was at 90. Actually, 100, I'm lying. At one time, it became 100. But all the time, it was at 90, 91, 95. 100, it came Later on, I had the low blood because my blood was as well low, and I lost 750 during childbirth, and I had all vomited throughout. I had not had enough water in my body, so a lot could have led to my fainting, but they related it to low blood pressure, because when they measured, I think I was around 80, 85, 70. That's where I was. Anywho, so I fainted, and they had to do everything. But later on, I recovered. I could hear them call me, but I could not say a word. I could not open my mouth. I could not open my eyes, but I heard them in the background calling me. I think this is what happens when people die, because I would say tasted death. Can I say tasted death? Can we say that? I think I would say I tasted death. Huh? Hey, yes, I tasted death. And these people, when we die, we don't feel anything. We don't feel because at that moment I didn't feel any pain, nothing. I wasn't there. And when I woke up, I saw them. My legs are being raised up, and I felt the pain, but I couldn't tell them that I'm having the pain. And then I kept on doing like this, because I had her calling me, Maggie, are you here? Maggie, say something, Maggie. So I kept on showing them the finger that I'm here, but they didn't see that. And I will not say I was disappointed, because it took time before they called you on the other nurses. I don't know when they came in or what, because I know when someone faints, you have to look at the whole body to see if there is any kind of reaction anywhere. I was a little bit disappointed in that way. Anyway, I recovered very well, and instead of taking me to the toilet, they put me to bed. They changed my everything. I'm like, I was going to change it myself. You didn't want to change my blood, so I was going to clean myself. I'm an African girl, yeah. Well, my African ladies, I want to tell you that I disappointed you. The girl in me fainted the same day. Fainted. A few hours after giving birth. I thought I was strong. Oh, I thought I was strong. The day after giving birth, when I fainted, then I knew that I was not strong enough. But I lost the blood. I didn't have enough water in my body. I didn't have food in my body. What did you expect? What do you expect? Anyway, it ended like that, and then I come back, and my man was really scared. He was really scared, and being that I was also scared, I took it personal, actually, and I'm very grateful for the man that God provided. Actually, I'm very grateful, because he's a father. He never even at one time worked as a father. Instead, he was the caregiver. He was the midwife. He was everything to us when we were in the hospital. He would change the diapers and everything. Anyway, when I came back, they put me on the bed and they did everything, but that's when the pain started. Guess what? Why the pain started? Because raising my legs, and after having my C-section, and I don't have enough painkillers. Here we go. And if I told you that my stomach opened, I could relate it to what happened, actually, because later on I saw that on the side of the left, my stomach was open like this. It could be because they raised up my legs to make sure that the circulation was into igång, we call it in Swedish, so that the blood circulation was into igång, so that I could come back like that. Goes. A man who doesn't respect a woman who has given birth, they don't deserve to be called fathers. What women can't go through does not exist. What women don't go through does not exist. I promise you, I respect each and everyone because of my experience, and I hope this video has given you a kind of something to learn. One thing is, when you go to the hospital, get to know what you want. Be curious. When they try to remove the drop, please tell them no until when you start feeling better. Anyway, when I fainted, they even brought the drop. It's called ringacetat. Ringacetat is the quickest drop that they give people who have fainted, people with the low blood pressure, people with anything. Like, it's just to give the quick water intake. It goes within 1 hour, and it's 1 liter, I think 1 to 2 liters. So that's what they give you within 1 hour, 2 liters of water. and then you recover. Yeah, so that was my story of giving birth to my prince and my last baby. If you want to learn more about the decision I took before my baby came, do I have to have more children? The decision I made after having my son is an amazing decision. I have 2 children, if you didn't know. And do you want to know what happened after my son? Please click below if you want to hear more. Or just click below. Why don't you click below now? Why? Anyway, thank you for watching. My name is Maggie, and it's the Tinder couple. I'll be giving you more updates about my life and the life of my son now that he's 2 months. Ooh, damn! My son is so pretty that sometimes I even cry. Women, I cry. I look at my son and I start crying. I'm like, I'm a witch. Girl, you're a witch. You a witch, Maggie, you a witch. That's how I be like, you a witch, why do you cry? Sometimes we love our children so bad that we even just cry. You find yourself crying for nothing. Anywho, if you find this video helpful, please leave us some love, share with a friend, say a family member, and I hope nothing that happened to me ever happened to you. And we shall come back with more stories about diabetes, about the autonomic fluid, because I'll pin my pregnancy here so that you see how fat I was before I gave birth. Yeah. So stay safe, guys. Take care of yourself. Love each other. Spread love, peace, and don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment. We love you so much. Until then, bye.